Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Fans of Something and the Road to Halloween Horror Nights 2023, episode 2. Let me make sure that there we go. We got that rocking. So this is going to be probably, I'm 95% sure, a shorter episode, just because right now there hasn't been any.
Can we just talk about how they completely gaslit us?
Well, there was never anything confirmed. This is all I think in the last episode, Kevin was like, I watched this one guy over in California who speculates, and I watched this guy in Orlando who speculates. It's all speculation. It's never been a 100% every single week we're getting an official announcement. So
it would have been nice.
It would definitely be nice, but I don't know.
I was expecting that too. Like last week, I'm like, "Ooh, what's new?" It's
yeah,
like, it's not here.
And then,
what a tease!
And then they tease on Twitter. Like they'll always be posting stuff on Twitter, and I'm like, "Ooh, okay, today's the day. Today's the day." I keep my phone near me, and nothing happens. So it is what it is. But we'll just kind of speculate some more. We have a new map though that dropped. So we're going to bring that up. We're going to talk about it. There's some new things on there. And then figure we'll do some Blumhouse talk because every year there's at least one Blumhouse property, if not more. So
I feel like it's in their contract.
I'm not mad about that.
Yeah. And I think we did a little bit on the first episode, but we're going to dive a little deeper into some talks on Blumhouse. But before we do that, Nadia and Kevin, they signed their lives away tonight. They're going to be, what are you doing? Throwing axes?
Yeah.
Yep.
We're gonna get.
We're gonna ask them a question.
We're gonna ask them a question. So
Nice.
you've never done this before? You've never thrown axes?
I did it once, right? We did it once at Dave and Buster's.
Well, that was a play toy.
And
this
that
one's
was-
like real sharp axes.
That could kill people and stuff.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Thinking in the spooky spirit.
Yeah.
We've been watching Goosebumps too, so we're staying spooky.
You guys watch Goosebumps, or did you ever?
I
watch?
used to religiously.
Yeah.
How do we feel about the Jack Black movie? That's the last Goosebumps thing I ever watched. Was the
Never
Jack
seen
Black
it.
movie. Oh, you haven't seen it?
I haven't seen it for a very long time.
Oh man, I think you'd like it.
I saw a meme where it was like, when I say I got that dog in me, this is the one I'm talking about, and it's the lab with the green eyes in the intro.
Ooh.
Bum, 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 bum.
Dude, I drum out every time that intro plays. Kevin's like recording me.
I have a video of it, so
yeah,
it hits, slaps.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
So throwing axes tonight, and I've never thrown an axe. I don't think I've ever thrown an axe. I've gone to places that have what you guys are doing tonight, but I've done like go-karts. It was like a place that had go-karts, rock climbing, axe throwing, and all this stuff.
That's like boomers for us.
It's called Boomers.
Yeah.
Boomers.
Has mini golf, batting cages, arcade, and like one
awesome.
area.
It's a bunch of old people there.
Oh, well, there you go.
I'm kidding. It's not. I'm just going with the name.
It sounds like, I think they're called rage rooms. Have you ever done a rage room?
I've not done one.
That I've always wanted to do one of those.
Is there one out there? Do you know where there is one out there?
No, but there probably is. It's California. We have everything.
I know there's a ton in LA because people are just angry over there. So.
So that's the other thing. So that's the big kind of other news drop, I guess we could say, between episode 1 and episode 2. All of us now have our tickets. It's now 100% officially confirmed. That first episode, it could have been, it could have gone either way. It could have gone like, maybe we'll go, maybe we're not going to go. It's sort of now like we have to go. We just spent $270 some odd on tickets a piece. So it's 100% confirmed. Now we're looking at, I think our next thing is going to be the flight.
Yeah,
we have to figure out the flight. What do you guys like to fly?
I hate flying. So
you hate flying?
I just hate the ears.
Like what airline? Like what airline do you like to fly?
I usually fly Southwest.
Okay.
I think that's what I flew the last time too, but I like driving everywhere. So
yeah.
I also like to drive. Like whenever I would do the trip from like Ohio to Florida, like whenever we were moving there, we had to go, like probably 10, 20 odd times. We always drove. It became sort of like a routine, a ritual. And it was just like, you see more, you get to experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like a trip in itself.
Because I've never been in that middle part of the United States, so it'd be cool to like drive through it, instead of just flying over it. But it is what it is. It's definitely cheaper to fly when you break it down, for sure. So
it's riskier, but it's cheaper.
Is it though? Is it riskier? I thought it's safer to fly than it is to drive.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, I don't know. I heard the opposite because like
really?
a plane can just go,
yeah,
or it could go missing. Or it could go missing.
Yeah, there you go.
You can get stranded in your car though.
Well, that
in the middle
crashes.
Of nowhere. Crashes.
Yep. Final destination.
I guess you're nowhere safe. Just walk.
I was gonna say Final Destination 1 is the plane. Final Destination 2 is the highway. So
just hitchhike.
Take your Final Destination movie.
Let's just hitchhike.
So speaking,
yeah, that's not dangerous.
Speaking of Final Destination, and so let's do a little speculation right now because nothing to do with Final Destination, but that would be really cool if they did a Final Destination house.
Yeah,
they could use the plane.
Yeah, like I don't know.
Walk.
I don't know how they would do it.
You're talking about a ride or a map?
I'm talking about like a house, like a maze. Yeah,
I see it more as a
ride.
Like a roller coaster. Like you're on from part 3, and then just
like the one SpongeBob.
It actually derails.
We can't
somehow get back on.
Like the SpongeBob episode where they go on that coaster and they die. Like it ends up with them in their graves.
Yep. Damn, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, what's that called?
I don't know the episode, but they go to Glove World to ride the fiery Fisto Pain.
Glove World.
Oh,
that's right.
I remember that.
Now I'm thinking of that Drake and Josh episode. What is it?
It
starts with a D.
The Demonator.
The Demonator.
Yep.
Get sent to the back of the line.
And then they all get off and they're like, that was the greatest ride ever.
Ride that ride.
But speculation. So here we go. Let's pull it up because this is the last map that we looked at. This is the version 2.0. And so just kind of get a layout there, like kind of see what's going on. And then if you were to go to the new map, which came from Horror Night Nightmares about 3, 4, 5 days, something like that. Here is the new map. So I'll flip back just to kind of see. So it's interesting because a lot of the stuff is the same, but they move it around, right?
Yeah.
The one thing that is new that I picked up immediately is the Megan roaming horde. And that
just sounds stupid.
Not. I don't get it.
It's just gonna be a bunch of kids dressed as Megan and doing flips and carrying I don't even know what she carried.
I could see that as like a scare zone.
Yeah.
But where is that located, Nadia? Oh, that's at the. Oh, that's not right. I don't think that's right.
This doesn't even look like our layout.
Well, because this is in Hogsmeade, Harry Potter land. So why would Harry Potter's not open? So why would it be over there?
It was last year. Remember we went through it and there was a little.
Oh, that's true. The Death Eaters.
But they were all dressed really scary. I don't know.
Oh, and it was in the back. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah, there was like a ton of fog. And you can barely see through it. Yeah. I think that's where that is.
Okay. But what's interesting is the Megan roaming horde thing doesn't even have a little thing pointing it somewhere. It just is there. So I don't know what that means. Does that mean like what you guys are kind of getting at, like a scare zone kind of thing? Or
I think so.
Okay.
And I don't know what Death Eaters
what if they... Oh, that's from Harry Potter. But no, like Nadia, remember the first year we went through the toxic tunnel? Maybe it's going to be in there.
Toxic Tunnel's my favorite. They've closed it for the past few years. They haven't done like any. Usually that's where all the zombies hang out, and they just scare you in that little tunnel as you're going through across the park. So it's really cool. I don't think that's where the tunnel is, though, right? It's in the lower lot.
Well, it's not pointing at anything that what Eddie said. So I'm guessing it's going to be in that lower lot.
Now, hold on. I'm seeing Evil Dead Rise. Is that on the last one? It's
No.
not. Okay, Evil Dead Rise is
I could
also
see that.
added.
I could
I'm
see that, but
excited.
I can't see it being a house. Like I don't know what.
And
they
then
would
Stranger
do
Things
with it.
4 too.
Oh, that's new?
But yeah.
I would
Yeah,
be
okay.
very upset if it was another Stranger Things thing.
Me too.
Because they already did that, like not even 5 years ago.
But it's almost like in their contracts. I feel like there's a few things that, you know, as the shows progress, I feel like Stranger Things always has to be at Universal. There has to be at least one Blumhouse thing. And now, honestly, if The Last of Us is really successful, I feel like that's going to be a... Because remember, they did like 4 or 5 years straight of The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Well, ours was a permanent house all year
Yeah,
round.
that's right. That's right. You had that like, and it's gone now, right?
Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
I know. I'm pretty bummed.
Was it cool?
I liked it.
Yeah, it was. I liked it.
Wasn't it the prison?
Yeah,
it
there
was
was
a
a
like a
prison
bunch of
thing.
Yeah, it was like going through all the seasons kind of thing.
I just
right?
remember Ellen going through something.
Oh yeah, I used to watch those.
So I mean, I feel like there has to always be a Stranger
It's like if you get
Things.
so many that like they have to be here, then it's never gonna be different. It's always gonna be like you know what to expect. It's like where's the hype? If you have like 5 things now that it's like, all right, there has to be a thing. This has to be here. Then it's like, where's room for improvement? Like, where's the new?
Well, that happened to me with The Walking Dead because that's like one of my favorite shows of all time. By the 3rd year, I was going, wow, they're still doing The Walking Dead. Like, wow, they're really like dedicating themselves to this. And then like the 5th year, I was like, God, like they need to stop doing this. So
it gets you less excited when you know what's to come.
Yeah.
When we had it all year round, there was hardly any line for that one because it's all year. So that one was always a quick in and out. But now that it's gone, I don't know what's going to replace it. I think that's where the Evil Dead Rise is pointing at, but we'll see. I'm excited if that's where Evil Dead
Rise will be cool. I feel like just set in like the apartment in like just
and
different parts.
You got the mom chasing you, and she's like, "Mommy, where's the maggots now?"
And then they can bring back, because did you guys last year have that? Oh, you did, right? The bug house? Did you have a bug house?
Bug house?
No.
Yeah.
The owl?
It was literally just called Bugs.
No.
We're talking about last year, Nadia.
We never had a Bugs.
No.
Yeah, last year in Orlando, there was a house called Bugs, and it was just all about like cockroaches and like giant spiders. And
no, we had Scarecrow was the one that we had, the generic
that one. Was
one.
2 years ago.
What? Scarecrow?
Scarecrow. No, that was like the Pumpkin Lord or something.
But to go to the mommies with the maggots now, they could just recycle. They could recycle the maggot stuff, but I guess you guys didn't have that last year. Like I am so excited because I'm so used to Universal Studios Florida. I am so excited to not know where I'm walking. I'm so used to walking in Orlando, and I'm gonna I think I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna be like, oh, I know where I'm going, and
you get lost.
I'm not. I'm gonna be so lost. It's gonna be awesome.
From the map, does it look a lot different than Florida?
It is very different than Florida. Yeah, like let me pull it up.
I haven't really looked at the map exactly.
Hold on, pull up type in Universal.
Is Florida bigger?
I don't know.
Isn't it?
How many escalators do you have?
Okay, you guys
like
might
10.
have. You guys definitely have us beat because there's no escalators in Florida.
What do you mean escalators?
There's literally escalators in the park.
There's 4 escalators. You have to go down to the lower lot.
What does that even mean?
It takes 10 minutes to go down those damn escalators because they're just so long, and it's so like it has a good view. You can see like the whole Mario world, the whole Minion. I don't even know what we're watching. The Warner Brothers logo. You can see a bunch of stuff and like all of LA. but it's so dragging, and you're just there the whole time, and you're waiting. You're going down really slowly, and there's like 2 people going down the escalator or the stairs because no one wants to go up.
The big difference between Florida and Hollywood is we have this giant lagoon right here.
A lagoon.
Yeah, there's like a giant lagoon, like just water right in the middle of the park.
And you're walking around it.
And you walk around it, yeah. So this is the entrance right here. These are the arches right here. And then you walk through. Here's all the Despicable Me stuff right here.
Oh, geez.
Oh, see, ours is like in the back.
Yeah.
Like it's tucked away a little bit.
Oh, I'm so excited because I'm going to be like, okay. Because I hate walking in. Like, this is a pet peeve of mine. I hate walking in, and the first thing you see is you're just bombarded with little minions and
children, and
you'll like it. I won't say anything else, but when you walk into this one, it looks like you're walking into like somewhere a studio would be and stuff like that. So it's cool. And we get to go in an hour, 2 hours earlier or something like that, so we can.
I think it's an hour and a half.
Around.
That was a good deal. I was shocked. Yeah. It's like just $10. $10.
Yeah.
I was like, what? This doesn't sound right. This sounds fishy. Like $10. That's it.
They want to get butts in there.
Well, I mean, true. Yeah. I guess
they already got 6 of them. So
yeah.
Which is bigger, Universal Hollywood or Orlando?
But have you guys watched Stranger Things the last season? Because that's season 4 is the last season that has come out. Have you guys watched it?
We haven't. No, we're those. Haley will say that we would be further if it wasn't for me, but we're still on season 1.
I haven't gone past season 1, so
we did episode 1 probably 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
I haven't come back to it. So.
Okay.
Like I didn't even finish season 4.
So
like I know what happens, but
we're trying to look up which one's bigger.
It says Universal Orlando Resort is significantly bigger, but that's the resort.
That's the entire thing.
Yeah, that's not just studios.
The park itself.
Ow.
I would say it's probably bigger. I would say it's probably bigger.
Well, do you have a studio tour or no?
We don't know because it's really
then.
They say it's a functioning studio and they do film stuff from time to time, but Hollywood is the actual studio.
Then I think ours is bigger because our tram ride goes far out there. Like the map that you see now does not include the tram ride.
Okay, yeah, so we don't have a tram ride, but you guys just have Universal Studios. See, when you go to Orlando, it's Islands of Adventure, Volcano Bay. There's a bunch of hotels.
What's Island of Adventure?
Like the second park. So there's 2 theme parks in Orlando for Universal.
Okay.
And then, we'll just. We're not going to find it. Yeah, we're not going to find the answer.
I was trying to compare the acres.
But there's 2 theme parks. 1 water park, and now they're currently building a 3rd theme park called Epic Universe.
Technically, 3rd theme park.
3rd theme park, yes.
4th.
That's gonna have Super Nintendo World, all that stuff, and that's coming in 2025.
So what's in I'm gonna call it Fantasyland, but it's not that. Fantasy
Islands of Adventure.
Yeah, that's what it's called. What's in there?
That's where you have the original Harry Potter land. It's Hogsmeade. That's where the Hogwarts Castle is. And then you take the Hogwarts Express between the parks.
Or you could walk if you don't feel like waiting.
And then over in Universal Studios is where Diagon Alley is.
Oh, okay. So it switches that. Well, yeah, because we just have Diagon Alley then. We don't
you don't have Hogsmeade.
Okay. If I know my Harry Potter right, but
you have the castle, right?
I know that.
The castle, yeah.
Oh, I think that's Hogsmeade.
I guess that is Hogsmeade. I don't know.
Do you have the ride that goes in the bank?
No.
They definitely don't.
Then
that's only at Florida.
Yeah. So either way, I'm just excited to see a different side of Universal.
Just something different.
That's all it is. And I guess if you guys came to Orlando, it would be the same thing. It'd be like, I'm so sick of Hollywood. I want to see what Orlando looks like.
I get lost still going into Hollywood. Like, I'm like, which way is this? Where's the lower lot? And, you know, my friends have to guide me. Being there like 7 years in a row now, just imagine Orlando, I'd be more lost.
Well, the thing is, we don't go a lot either. We really only go for like Halloween Horror Nights. So it's not like we go so often that we're like, oh, this is where this is. Like, we can do that with Disneyland, but we can't do that with Universal because it's a longer drive for us.
Do you have passes? Do you have like annual passes?
My sister does, but not us.
Okay. All right, so yeah, so there's the 3.0. Really, it's Megan, Evil Dead Rise, and that's and then Stranger Things. But
No Demon Slayer.
thank God they got rid of Demon
Good,
Slayer.
yeah. No Demon Slayer.
Oh,
And
they put The Exorcist. I didn't even notice that.
The Exorcist, yeah.
That
So
was
it's
a good
funny.
one.
It's funny on 2.0 it's called The Exorcist Believer, and then on the 3.0 it's just The Exorcist.
Just Exorcist. Uh-huh.
And there's that damn owl again. So who knows what that owl is? But
That'll be speculation map 4.
it'll be speculation map 4. Yep. So
No Five Nights at Freddy's.
definitely confirmed. We've already talked about this, but just pull the graphics back up because I forgot to last time. Chucky and The Last of Us, most likely 100% based on the game. But either way, yeah, I have been just anxiously awaiting because didn't you showed me something where when you're walking into Universal Hollywood, there's like signs now for Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Nope.
Like,
You haven't seen that?
you know where they'll keep sort of like on lampposts or something. They'll have like little flags, either promoting just Universal. Yeah. Well, that's now promo for the Five Nights at Freddy's movies. It has like that purple poster with the characters, and people are taking pictures of them. So it's like there's an eyebrow raise. So it's like if they're promoting the movie, then it must mean something.
What's happening?
Maybe.
What would be cool is one of the scare zones be FNAF, because
I'd settle.
they're all dressed up in costumes, and it would just be an easy way to promote it without giving it a big house either. So
I would settle for a scare zone.
But ultimately, you want a house.
I want a house.
Oh yeah,
I just want something.
Yeah.
Give me something.
Give you something. Especially because there was also behind the scenes of the movie itself, and they were actually using
real suits.
It wasn't
made by the Jim Henson Creature Creator Workshop or whatever it's called.
So Jim Henson has like an unofficial attachment to this, so that's pretty cool.
That's coming out in October, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
29.
I think it's safe to say it's so weird that none of these maps have it on there, but to me that's just like a given. It's a given that okay, so here we go, perfect transition. Five Nights at Freddy's is being produced by Blumhouse.
Yes,
it's a Universal property. Come on, like this just makes sense.
Jason Blum on Twitter is promoting the crap out of it.
Well, and then how do you get asses in seats in movies? You make a maze, and then you go from there. Like Megan was surprisingly didn't need like a lot of hype or anything like that, and it did well. But FNAF doesn't need the hype. It has all the games, and then if you just put a maze in there or a scare zone, it'll take off like a rocket. I think it's going to be the best selling week for horror when it comes out.
I agree. I mean, like, speaking from the FNAF fan base, like, you have a dedicated one. And I mean, like, you know, you're going to have people pulling up in, like, black tie suits, like, to go see this movie. If you put a house or maze, whatever you want to call it, in Halloween Horror Nights, oh my God, sales will be like, poof.
Yeah.
Is it rated R? PG? What is it?
PG-13.
Oh, that's lame.
Well, technically it is a kids game.
But then they'll do what they did with Megan, right? Where they released it on Blu-ray and they gave us an unrated cut or whatever that was.
I still never saw that version.
So now that's a good transition too. So they're speculating Megan is coming to the parks, right? For the event. I was thinking about this earlier today. Would they do that because then that would be two killer doll things going on at the same time? Do they really want Chucky and Megan? But then maybe that's cool. Maybe that's like cool PR, you know, like You know,
It's
hey, we got
cool for me
Well-
as someone who loves killer dolls.
yeah, it's like double
So-
killer dolls.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is,
Oh.
too, I don't know if it happens at Orlando, but Blumhouse usually has 2 houses connected.
Yeah.
So
yep.
what if?
Mhm.
So
Like last year,
one
here it
of
is.
one of them might be yeah, like that one. One of them might be Megan. We don't know the other one yet. So
Megan and Five Nights at Freddy's? That'd be a cool transition. That'd be
exactly.
pretty cool.
Because
Mhm.
it's both like sort of kid-esque.
Because I was wondering how they were going to transition between Freaky and the Black Phone. Those were the 2 last year, and
Mhm.
it was seamless. I mean, because you had to walk outside anyway. Like it was like you literally
Mhm.
exited one house and literally entered the next one, and it was
Yeah.
awesome. So it could definitely work.
I don't think we'll be seeing anything for Insidious. That's my
No
speculation.
Insidious, even though did you see it yet?
We're going tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Going tomorrow?
Yeah. Have you guys seen it?
No, just because we're
I just don't see the hype around it. I mean, like,
I
haven't even
look
gotten
on my
past it.
letterbox and like all my friends have seen it and they're giving it 1 star, 2 star, 1 star, 2 star. And I'm just like, I'm scared, but I want to go see why. Is it bad? Is it good? Like, I don't mind the Insidious films. So you never know. It's just a matter of opinion.
Yeah,
So-
I never got past that first one, so I'd have
Neither have I.
to do some serious catching up. But
Mhm.
I think
What
the
else?
first and the third were the only good ones.
okay, the first and the third. Megan, Five Nights at Freddy's. I feel like there was one other Blumhouse property that came out recently that was like, okay, that might work for Halloween Horror Nights. What was
Isn't
it?
Evil Dead Rise Blumhouse?
No, I think that's like New Line.
Is it?
uh,
I think so.
I think it's New Line.
I don't know.
I was gonna
Got
say
it.
pull up the maps. It might have.
I'll look it
It's
up.
gonna be Oppenheimer.
It's gonna be.
Oppenheimer.
the
Oh no, sorry.
movie.
It's Warner Brothers. So
Evil Dead
I mean,
Rise?
Evil Dead Rises Warner Brothers.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's why it has the
Oh, really?
100-year sticker on top of it.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah,
Right,
that
that's right.
ugly looking thing on the corner.
I just thought of it.
Here we go. Blumhouse production. Let's see what came out this year. Okay, so
Exorcist?
in 2023 they released Megan, Insidious, The Red Door, and will later release They Listen, The Exorcist, Believer, and Five Nights at Freddy's. So maybe The Exorcist. Okay, so there's that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
When does The Exorcist
what
come out?
else?
That comes out October 13th.
Okay, so right around that time. So perfect for advertising.
Yep.
They might just
Um,
go back and do for some of the other ones, just like a Halloween or a
That's so funny you say
whatever
that because I'm
ones they
literally
have.
looking at Halloween Ends. Yeah.
That they tend to do that.
yeah.
Did that? That was literally last.
That is another one where
year.
I go, ugh, God, more Michael Myers, really?
You just see Corey Cunningham coming at you, holding Michael's balls.
Yep. God. I don't know. I would be perfectly fine. This has nothing to do with Blumhouse, but I would be perfectly fine with because they did it one year in Orlando, and I'm sure they did it in Hollywood, but they did like a Rob Zombie house. You know, I would totally be down
Well,
with.
We
did
have not
House of
had a Rob
1000.
Zombie house.
You never had a zombie
No.
house?
That'd be cool.
Nope.
They did House of 1,000 Corpses not that long ago.
Yeah, yeah. So do something like
I'd be down for that.
maybe even like the Munsters, you know, because you need that, like you need that kind
Mm.
of comedic house, right? Right? He did the Munsters recently.
That'd be
So-
interesting to see. And we still don't
Mhm.
know what the Terror Tram is, right? Just says celebrities still.
Celebrities.
And then there's still that Monsters in Paris. What
Yeah.
are they doing there?
And
Yeah.
and the owl too. The owl.
And the
one.
owl.
So yeah, we
Yeah.
got like 3 of them that are like, I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
But those haven't even changed. It's like, are they for sure certain about like what confused.
Well, some people speculate, going back to speculation, that Horror Night Nightmares is in cahoots with like Universal itself, and they've come out and said, well, we love a good conspiracy theory, but the answer is no, we're not associated at all with Universal. This is quite literally just us pulling, you know, what we think makes sense for the event.
Mm.
So, but
Like Paris?
yeah, I don't know why Paris, but go back to episode 1 where you see us talk a little bit more about that. So yeah, so Blumhouse I think is definitely the next one they'll be announcing, which fingers crossed, Five Nights at Freddy's. I think that's going to be the one they'll announce next.
I think I'll actually pee my pants.
I know we'll be it'll be a race to see who gets it in the group chat first.
Yeah, right.
Because I feel like that's what that's basically what it's turning into. Like when the speculation map 3 came out, I think Nadia was the first one. She just like shot it in there.
I'm like, I got it.
So, but yeah, I'm super excited. The fact that, like I said, the tickets have
a little more real now,
have been bought, so it's not just a hypothetical let's try to get out to Hollywood thing. It's like now we have to.
Now we have to.
I mean, you guys were talking about like you really like you already bought tickets a while ago, like you were ready to go already.
Yeah,
unless like off camera, you're like, maybe.
No. Like we had the jar because we like every week we put our tips away. That's like one of our saving methods. So we just put it in this jar. So we've been doing that for
a while, since like last year.
A while. So, but yeah, just hitting that purchase button, and we had to go through. So funny story. We supported a couple Indiegogo campaigns recently. We supported It's Me Billy Chapter 2, Dave McRae, and I think there was one other one I can't think right now. But anyways, it basically put a hold on our cards because both our banks don't know what the hell Indiegogo is, I guess. So when we were going to buy the tickets for Halloween Horror Nights, both times it declined. It was like, yeah, it's not working. So we each had to call our bank and fix it and be like, everything's cool. Like,
let me purchase.
There's no fraud going on. Indiegogo's reputable. Can we please buy our Halloween Horror Night tickets? So.
I feel like because it had to do because Dave McRae, he's Canadian.
He's in Toronto. Yeah, he's in Canada.
So it was using like a Canadian currency, and I think that was like, you're not that though.
Oh, that probably looked really fishy on their end.
Yeah, that's why it tripped it. Speaking of that, are you do you know what we're talking about? It's like a fan film. It's called Dylan's New Nightmare. He's a part of.
Yeah, I saw the stream when he was in it.
Yeah. So it's an unofficial sequel to Wes Craven's New Nightmare from I think '94, and he's playing Freddy Krueger. And
he's really good.
Yeah, it's really good. That's another one of the campaigns that I'm supporting. But
it was cool. Greg Sesteros.
Oh yeah, Greg Sestero. Yeah, Forbidden Sky. But it was a funny story, just to be like, come on, like we have money.
Let us
buy it. And we were like, I was freaking out because I was like, what if those early access tickets sell out because it says limited availability?
That would have sucked.
Yeah, because I don't want to be like, hey guys, we got our regular express tickets, but we don't have those early access.
So we'll
things.
Just sit and twiddle our thumbs for a bit. You go have fun.
You can walk around City Walk.
Yeah, wait by valet. But yeah, any last thoughts before we wrap this up and you throw some axes at some stuff?
I don't know. I'm just excited.
Furthermore down the road, we're almost there. Running down the road.
How many episodes do you think we're gonna have in total before we actually go to the event? How many do you think we're gonna have?
I'd say like 4 or 5.
72.
Okay.
72. All right, well, 70 more to go.
I feel like 10.
I was gonna say 10.
10? Oh, I would say 4 or 5. So because they're not releasing every single week.
True.
So,
yeah.
I mean, they haven't released this week either, but we still came on here.
That's true.
Yeah. And I do want to at least do one probably right before. We'll do one live. Like we'll do a live episode. I think that'd be kind of cool too. But
I would be.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to like sorry.
I was gonna say it's just exciting to actually like meet you guys and have you come down here.
Yeah.
Because no offense. Oh, our other friends are going to see this, but we've gone with a bunch of other people before, and it's like it doesn't get like.
We
How
got
would I
some
put
fresh meat.
Yeah, there. Thank you. And
Nadia's
see,
like, let me slide in there and save you.
and I like seeing new people come to California and have me show them around and stuff like that, and they're like
Yeah.
oohing and awing and stuff like that. So that I would just like to see that.
Yeah, dude.
So
And I've done that with all my friends. None of my friends that I go with have gone to Halloween Horror Nights, and I've, broke their virginity on that part. So they've all I've been the tour guide for that. So can add 2 more people to my list.
Heck yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. We have to are there like actually hotels in that, like how we have Orlando, they have like hotels around the park? Are there hotels around the park there?
There's
Yeah,
one like literally like across the street.
Like not affiliated with Universal? Are you asking?
Is it like affiliated with, like, is it a Universal hotel, or is it just sort of like a Best Western? Or
it's like it's a Marriott, but it's right
Okay.
next to that. Like if you watch the Daily Woo with John Woo, I think that's his name.
yeah,
But he just came to California and stayed at a hotel that you could see Waterworld playing, and like the plane jumps out of the thing. I don't know how much that costs, but it was pretty cool to see him at the hotel and him seeing all of that stuff. So
There's lots of them. It's like all the buildings are so tall, and while you're in line for the maze, you can look up and see just like people looking out their window and being all creepy.
yeah, because last year it was such a nice thing because that was the first time I've ever and you've ever stayed on site for Halloween Horror Nights. I've always only ever driven the Halloween Horror Nights, and then I've had to, at the end of the event, 2 a.m. in the morning, get in my car, drive all the way back home, and that sucks. And last year, because we were staying with Dave and Tony, we literally just left the event and walked to the car, but then drove like maybe 5 minutes to the hotel on property, and that was so nice to just be able to crash and call it a night. So
what is it, a 6-hour drive for you guys?
Where from
your house to Universal?
Well, from here in Georgia to there, it probably would be like 3-4 hours. But
no, it'd be like closer to 5, like probably closer to 6, traffic depending.
I have a Mustang.
I understand that.
Anyways, when I lived in Florida, I was like an hour and a half away from Orlando. So it still sucked though, because I was tired, my feet hurt, I smelled sweat.
I didn't smell, but my feet hurt.
I remember you had a 5 a.m. shift the next day. So
the next day,
at 5 below.
we went to Halloween Horror Nights. We got out at 2 a.m., drove back home 3 a.m. I didn't even go home. I slept in the car outside of my work and went to work.
That's commitment right there.
That is, yes, that is.
It's worth it. It's worth it.
That's that.
When Nadia says like, how did you used to do it, or how do I do it? Like just go out, stay out, and then wake up at 8 a.m. for work the next day. I go, it's worth it. It's gonna suck in the morning, but oh well.
So that's what I was going to ask. So this is the last thing, and then we're going to wrap the episode up. But what are you guys doing in terms of, like, are you taking 2 days off, or are you just kind of doing what you said there? You're just kind of doing it, and then you have work the next day?
Oh, I'm taking a whole week off.
You're taking a whole week off?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going on a Wednesday. I don't work Wednesdays. Next day, Thursdays, I don't work Thursdays. So I'm just going to request like Saturday and Sunday off, or somewhere around there.
Okay, sweet.
Or Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Yeah.
Because it would suck, because my Wednesdays are my 12-hour shifts. And then I work 8 hours the next day, 12 hours the next day, and then 8 hours on the weekend. So I'm like, they can deal without me for a whole week.
Sweet.
Yeah, he's part-time.
Jeez. I already worked 100 hours this week, or this 2 weeks.
Ew.
So
are you guys full-time?
Yeah.
But not like that.
Yeah.
No, I mean like 40-hour weeks.
Oh.
Mine's commitment is what I call it. It's not full-time, it's not part-time, it's commitment.
Yeah.
So it's dumb.
But they're two totally different beasts. Like we're
Right.
talking about, making lattes. You're like actually doing something important. So
yeah, yesterday was a hassle. All right, I won't talk about my job
He's
because that
popping
was gross.
blisters.
Oh yeah, and it smelled good.
Ew.
Yeah.
That was a
All
lot
right,
of information.
That's
all right, everybody. Thank you. Seriously, let us know down in the comments because you'd be surprised. We've talked to some people on some streams lately. They don't even know what Halloween Horror Nights is. I was totally
That's
shocked.
crazy
I was
to
like,
me.
how do you not know what Halloween Horror Nights is?
Well, I've been dedicating my life to this event
Yeah.
for the past.
But if you know what it is, let us know down in the comments what you think is coming up, what you're excited for. Do you want Five Nights at Freddy's? Do you care less about Five Nights at
Don't
Freddy's?
say that to me. I will find you.
And please go check out Horror and More. And Kevin, do you have any videos coming? Because the last time you said you had some stuff coming.
I always forget to do it because I'm excited to go to the movies. So I like hop out of the car and go get my ticket. I'm like, oh crap, I forgot to do the short. And then I go back to the car. I'm like, it's too late to do it.
I tell him he can do like out of theater reactions.
Yeah.
And he's like, eh.
Yeah. Well, like I wanted to do it for Asteroid City, but it wasn't like one that I actually like cared about.
He doesn't want
So-
that to be his channel debut video.
Okay.
Asteroids.
That is a big thing. Like I remember we were like, what's that first video? Like that's, you know what I mean? Like it kind
It's
of
gotta
is
be
important.
a banger.
Yeah, like you want to make sure you're at least happy with it. Look back in hindsight and go, man, why was that my first thing I ever put up? So I totally get it. But either way, I'll have both of their channels linked. But definitely Horror and More, and then Toxic Nas 12. So, thank you, everybody. We'll be back with episode 3 when they actually announce something. But until then, there's one thing you have to do, and that is keep being fans of Halloween Horror Nights.